Yo, welcome to Life with the Alterverse, episode 4 coming at ya.
I am Mohsin.
And I'm none of your business. Come, what's happening, Mohsin?
Well, MMA news.
MMA news. What's happening in MMA?
Our favourite fighter, well, the probably the most famous fighter at the moment, Conor McGregor. He signed up to fight for the lightweight title against a guy called Rafael dos Anjos at UFC 196, I think, on the 5th of March.
UFC 196? Sounds like a FM radio channel.
Well, you know, it goes up in increments of one. It's the 196th
Do they do
pay-per-view.
that? So, is it every fight? Do they just increment the number?
By one, yeah. It's the 196th pay-per-view. Anyway.
So have they had non-pay-per-views?
Yeah, obviously. They
so
have.
Are they not included in the count?
Well, what they do is, with the non-pay-per-views, what they do now is they have UFC on FS Sport. So they have UFC on FS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they'll have UFC on Fox 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, like that.
Oh, okay. So it's based on TV.
Yeah, it depends if it's pay-per-view. Normally the pay-per-view ones, they count in.
They're the big ones,
the big ones, yeah. So UFC 200 is I think in a few months' time. So that's gonna be interesting because it's the big number. So they're gonna put on, I'd say, a minimum of 2 title fights on that card, and I think it'll be an exciting card and an exciting fight for exciting week for.
They have all weight divisions on each increment.
What do you mean?
So on UFC 199, will they have fights representing each?
Not each weight division. It depends. Obviously, there's X amount of fights per card, so they'll possibly just, you know, I've never paid attention if they have every weight represented, but
why not? Just pay attention to this stuff, man. Anyway, what were you going to say about?
Anyway, so yeah, it's an interesting fight because Rafael dos Anjos, he's the kind of boring grappling type fighter. He has knocked out quite a few people, mind you, but he's not got the most technical striking. He's more, he'll grapple and just kind of make it boring against good strikers, and he's done that in the past when he fought for the title.
That's a good tactic.
It is, yeah. But for somebody like Conor McGregor, that's a problem because he's not the best grappler in the world, but his striking is amazing. So it's going to be exciting to see, has he bit off more than he can chew, or do we become firm believers in his skills? So it's one of those times now where
what has Mystic Max magic ball told him?
Well, he's obviously, you know, he's predicted a quick first round knockout, and he's saying, let me get this done, I'm going to move up to the next division up and fight there as well. He's talking a good bit of rubbish and keeping it exciting, etc.
So when's the fight again?
March 5th.
Alright, I'll probably forget about it, but anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, what else? What's going on? What's going on in life? Have you watched that film called The Revenant?
Not yet. I've heard good things though.
Yeah, I watched it the other day.
Right.
It had a good scene in it.
Okay.
And maybe another good scene.
What is it?
And then the rest of it, it just got lost on me.
Okay.
Because I was a bit tired and the film was very slow.
Right.
Very slow.
Okay.
But apparently it's based on a true story, and if that's true, then it wasn't a really nice place to be. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I need to
they used to call the Native Americans savages. I knew that anyway.
Oh, is this like something historical?
Yeah. So it's set in the time when, you know, when the Americans were taking over America, stealing land from the natives. It's based on that. The French were there as well, and basically treated the natives as basically worse than their horses.
Right, okay. There's quite a few movies out at the moment, isn't there? Creed, I need to watch that. You know, the Rocky movie.
Yeah. But wait, one minute. DiCaprio's acting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's always awesome. Yeah. When is he not? You have to watch what I was saying to my friends yesterday was DiCaprio and Denzel. It doesn't matter what the movie's about, you have to watch it.
He still hasn't won an Oscar.
Who?
DiCaprio, and he's white as well.
You know, yeah, he's probably like, you know, he's probably got some black in him. He's probably mixed race or something. That's why he's not won an Oscar. But there's a few movies out actually. Ip Man 3, I need to watch that.
Yeah, I just need to watch that just because it's Ip Man in it.
Yeah, and Creed as well, just because it's a Rocky movie. I've heard good things actually. I've heard you know, his name is Michael B. What's his name? Michael B. Jordan. You know, the actor who plays Creed.
Yeah.
I've heard his acting is awesome in that.
Oh.
I've not actually seen it yet.
But so that's a fight-themed film. So is it, man?
Yeah. A lot of action.
So if you watch The Revenant, that'll calm it down.
Is there not much action in there?
No, not really. Not in my view.
Okay.
What else then? What else do you want to watch?
Oh yeah, Ride Along 2, man.
Ride Along 2.
The
Ride Along never did it for me.
No, have you seen some
funny scenes in it? I have, yeah. Some funny scenes.
I'm a big fan of Ice Cube, and and what's his name, Kevin Hart as well. So I just got to watch it. Ice Cube's
just gangster.
What do you think of we saw Straight Outta Compton together, didn't we?
Yeah.
How awesome was that movie?
Shit.
What?
I didn't like it.
How dare you?
I said that at the time as well when we came out, and you guys.
Yeah, it was a bit long, wasn't it? It was a bit long. It was a bit long. I remember.
It was long. It dragged. It had a middle part which was just dragging, and I just thought it was. That's what I thought about it.
But it was very high.
The best bit about it was the beats.
Yeah, it was very like critically acclaimed. You know, a lot of film critics absolutely loved it, and just because we might not have film critics liked it, and you know it, and there's a lot of movies come out with black actors. There's something funny going on in the Oscars where some people are calling for black people and black actors, etc., to boycott the Oscars because they've not nominated a single black person to win an Oscar.
Yeah.
And even they actually nominated the script writers, I think, for Straight Outta Compton, but they're all white as well.
That's great, but I mean, if you look at the actors, right, in Straight Outta Compton, they did a good job.
No, but they did a good job.
But just because, you know, they were black doesn't mean they should win something.
No, of course. But it's not so much that, it's more that there have been other movies where there's been a black lead or there's been some black people involved and they were worthy of
there's been loads of them
not being nominated in
that
the
guy
last year.
12 Years a Slave, did you watch that?
When was that movie out? I've not seen it.
It's been a while now.
No,
3 years.
No, but Oscars happen every year, don't they?
Yeah, no, but back in that year,
did he get nominated? No,
he did. That was amazing.
What about the guy who played Martin Luther King in Salem? Did he get nominated?
I don't know.
You know, the going joke has been that if you play a slave, then you will get nominated. In a black movie, only if it's got some slavery in there, then you will be nominated. Otherwise, you know, you just won't get nominated. And there's a comedy sketch on The Daily Show, actually, about that.
Oh yeah, what did they say?
Yeah, they're just making that same point where they're like, you know, but get a slave in some of these movies in Straight Outta Compton, throw a slave in there somewhere, slave scene, and watch how he gets nominated. And actually, you know, the whole thing started from, you know, Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife.
All right, so hang on. 12 Years a Slave came out 2013.
Yeah,
it did win the Academy Award for Best Motion Picture of the Year, and it was directed by a black filmmaker and written by an African American.
Yeah, and that's the point, you know, of slavery. So
yeah.
What happened? Check what happened with Salem. Was it called Salem? The Martin Luther King movie.
I don't know.
yeah, I think it was called Salem.
I don't know what's that one.
It was the march on Salem, but his acting was actually quite good in that movie, I thought. And again, you know, it was very kind of how do I say this without sounding racist?
Right.
It was very kind of, you know, pandering to the white audience, not trying not to offend them too much. You know?
So the lead actor in 12 Years a Slave, he was nominated.
Yeah.
For best performance by an actor in a leading role.
Right. Who actually won it that year? I mean, just a nomination is a big thing. You know, just a nomination is a massive thing. And the point was that there's been absolutely no nomination this year.
It'll be interesting to see though who won it, because That guy's performance was amazing. I thought in the 12 Years a Slave.
I need to watch that movie. But this year Will Smith was in a movie about the doctor who figured out concussions in the NFL, and he apparently did a really good job, and he didn't get any type of nomination whatsoever. So even he's boycotted the Oscars, probably because his wife did, and obviously if you disagree with your wife, you get beaten up. And so he's come out and he said, we need to, make a stand and kind of do something about it. And one of the things that has been mentioned is black actors normally only lead in black movies.
Yeah.
Only if the movie's about slavery or some type of historical piece where, you can't have white actors in Straight Outta Compton, can you?
Yeah.
You have to, the leads have to be kind of historically accurate. So only if the lead, like as an example, Creed.
Yep.
The lead, he's the son of Apollo Creed. So he's obviously going to be black because Apollo Creed in those movies is black. Other than that, the lead is normally always white, and Hollywood has not got to that point yet where in a normal movie, like for example the Revenant, whatever it's called, or one of these action movies or what have you, they're not ready to put that to put that black person in as a lead role and put a black person on the billboards and all the rest of it. So
Denzel won for his performance in Training Day.
Yeah, and that was deserved.
That was a wicked performance.
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker's won.
Yeah.
For his performance as Idi Amin.
That was an awesome movie. Have you seen that?
Last King of Scotland.
That was an awesome movie. I haven't watched it. Awesome. And his acting in it was amazing as well.
And I think in the year...
But again, he's playing a dictator and the other one's playing a crooked cop.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's always a bit, come off it.
So let's test this theory then.
Yeah. And what? Denzel, he's always lead. You don't put him. You don't.
He's
put
gangster him.
Yeah.
He has to be easy.
Yeah, but his movies don't hit that massive big time. He's not in those movies which are like $100 million kind of budget.
So let's look at this then. Last year, who won? Eddie Redmayne won.
I don't know who
in
that
his
is.
2014 for his role as Stephen Hawking in The Theory of Everything.
I didn't even watch that.
So that's a respected scientist.
Right, yeah, fair enough.
And then Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey, yeah.
He won in 2013 for his performance in Dallas Buyers Club. I've not watched the film, so I don't actually know what the character was. So we need to know what the character was in order to test this theory. Right. But that was the same year of 12 Years a Slave.
Right.
And then the year before, the film The Artist, 2011.
Right.
The guy who won that was a French actor.
Okay.
But yeah, most of them are white.
what these what a lot of black people who are in Hollywood have been claiming is that every time there's a role which empowers, an empowering role, and there's a black lead, it will never get an Oscar. People are not ready for that. They're only they want to see black people play slaves, and then just I don't know, some type of guilt or something will cause them to.
That's an interesting point, because I have a friend in New York who's an actress, right, Asian, and she says a lot. She keeps getting offered roles which
played a terrorist or something along those lines, or
or they are making them look bad.
Yeah,
they're people. They're degenerating them.
Yeah,
denigrating them rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so there's an issue with the whole kind of ethos and the way Hollywood is.
She had a massive rant on the phone when I was speaking to her, right, about how she keeps getting offered roles about where she has to play like a lady who has a hijab, and then she comes home and then she has an affair with somebody, and she has to strip down and all this type of stuff.
Remember Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
Remember when he just left?
When he said no to $50 million.
Yeah. And they interviewed him later, and he said, "Look, why is it every black person, every black absolute legend who goes into movies, they always put him down in some way. They'll always have him in a dress." And he goes, Eddie Murphy and And you mentioned quite a few names. I can't even remember them off the top of my head, but all of them have been in a dress at one point in their career. He said he was on set of a movie, and the director came to him and said, "Listen, we need you to wear a dress for the next scene." And he said, "Nope, not happening." And then somebody else comes in to try convincing, and somebody else, and his agent comes in, and one of the producers, as in one of the money men behind the movie, comes in and says, "Listen, please just wear a dress." And he said, "Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not wearing a dress." And I'm just refusing to do it. I have too much self-respect. And did they try to put it as like it's more like it's funny, people want to see this. He made the point, well, where are all the respected white actors? How come they don't always show up in dresses? Where's Al Pacino in a dress, or Robert De Niro in a dress, or one of these kind of things. So they're claiming that there's some type of racism playing on it in the background a little bit in Hollywood. And there's that big race issue anyway in America at the moment, with police kind of as an institution killing black people. And there's some
anyway, that's enough of films
Oscars.
And on the Oscars. What else going on?
In science news.
Oh yeah, we love science news, don't we?
Yeah.
Bring it on, bro.
Google have this new artificial intelligence computer.
Artificial intelligence computer?
Yeah. I think it was in the late 90s where a computer beat like an expert chess player. And now the top computers can beat the top chess player, all day long. The computers are just too good at chess, apparently, because it's just a series of inputs, and you let it know all the variables. There's only X amount of variables.
But it's complicated,
It must be, yeah. But what's complicated, chess or AI, artificial intelligence? Yeah, I'd assume so. And so there was another game, a Chinese game called Go, and it has a lot more variables, and it's one of the most complex games created by a human being ever, apparently. And just recently, Google created a computer which has beat the world expert in that game. And so they're saying it's a massive leap in artificial intelligence. And it reminded me a few months ago, Elon Musk, the guy behind PayPal and what's his new company called?
Tesla.
Tesla Motors.
And he's also done something else interesting over the last 10 years, but anyway.
SpaceX and all those projects. And he's sending some guys to live on Mars as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, the Microsoft guy, and Stephen Hawkins, the scientist, them three and a few others, they actually got together in a conference, and they sounded the alarm. They said, we better be careful of artificial intelligence, because if it gets too smart, it's kind of going to get out of our hands. And they're kind of saying Skynet's about to come take over, so we need to be careful, kind of thing. So, hasta
la vista, baby.
Yeah, but having thought about it, obviously they didn't say Skynet, and I'm just kind of adding a bit of extra juice to that. But if you think about it, if they have some artificial intelligence system which is controlling some mechanics and is controlling the process of, as an example, building cars or whatever it might be, and can you imagine how easy it would be for a hacker to get in just to mess that system up, or to cause artificial intelligence, putting a virus in there? And we've automated so many systems. Let's just say around the house, the fridge, the heater, this, that, the water, whatever else. The image of the house of 2020 is like something which is all automated, and it's all connected. And your whole house is interacting with you from your toaster to your toilet, etc. Imagine hackers getting there. That's what's going to happen then.
Yeah, the security is a huge concern now. Huge concern. So if anyone out there's got security skills, can be in the money if you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
There's definitely a need for it.
Yeah. So yeah, they're sounding the alarm with artificial intelligence.
And by security, I don't mean a job standing at Tesco's, right? I mean technical security.
Yeah.
Network security. We deal with it all the time at work. It's interesting stuff. Complicated.
Sounds like boring stuff, but anyway.
No, it can't be interesting, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Securing a network. Okay. What else happened? Scientists. Astronomers. They have found the largest galaxy in the universe, and it's the large planet takes 1 million years to circulate the star. So as in, the planet and its sun.
Wait, hang on. So they found the largest galaxy in the universe.
Yeah.
And the largest planet in that galaxy.
Yes. Takes 1 million years to circulate its star. Its star as in the sun.
The one star.
Yeah. So like our planet takes 365 days it takes 1 million years.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, and so that's kind of interesting. But I'd actually like to know how they figured that out, because
imagine how slow that world is.
How slow?
Imagine living on that planet.
Yeah. No, but maybe,
is that what a year's like for a hedgehog?
well, maybe time and space works differently in that universe. Who's to say? Sorry, in that galaxy, who's to say it works the same as it does in our galaxy? This is my philosophy kicking in now. Questioning time and space, etc. But I mean, there's interesting ramifications, because I was thinking, when will America go to take some of that gas off their hands? And this space exploration stuff is kind of interesting, but at the same time, I'm thinking,
what? That's wicked, man.
What's the point?
Just curiosity.
Yeah, but what about
You're a philosopher, man. You're meant to be more curious than everyone else.
No, but check this out. Apparently, we have mapped space more than we have the sea. So should we not pay more attention to what we have on our planet? Figure everything out.
And apparently, there's still loads to explore in South America, the continent.
Or on the land.
Yeah, apparently there's just a lot that we still don't know about.
Yeah, and
a lot of species still not discovered. But still, come on, man, if you can go out.
No, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely exciting. Especially, my brain got working. I was thinking about time and space and the difference.
Plus, that's the different field of science, isn't it? There's loads of different fields, and the space exploration is just one of them.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about this? Elon Musk sending the team out to live on Mars.
Yeah, man.
Having watched the movie The Martian, bear that in mind.
Yeah, well, I'll probably take 0. I'll stay at home.
Yeah. But
hey, do you want to take it to Mars? It's all right, baby. I'll take the 0.
So, the whole thing. See, I was thinking about how are they going to produce enough oxygen if the tank blows out or something like that. They're obviously going to.
And what happens if the tent gets ripped?
Yeah, like you did in the movie or something. They're in trouble out there. But apparently they were going to get 10 different people together, teach them over 10 years. I can't remember if it was 10 people, but they're going to spend 10 years, and they're actually doing this currently. They're teaching them different skills. So they've got a doctor, they've got a scientist for whatever type of science, they've got a botanist, they've got all the rest of it, whatever is needed for.
Well, that guy, right, genius, because what he did was he saw the fact that space shuttle cost $10 billion.
Yeah.
$10 billion.
Yeah.
And then it just landed back on Earth and blew up, and then they had to find all the pieces back, build it back together again. So he thought, why don't we just do this better?
One,
make it reusable.
He's messed it up a few times though, hasn't he?
Yeah,
but it's on. But it's the process is there.
Yeah, how much is 100 million?
Sorry,
100 million.
Oh, is that what it costs?
Yeah,
a lot less than.
And okay, the first prototype that it went up and it came down, it landed, and then it crashed and it blew up. And it landed the whole platform.
I saw the video. The platform is on the sea. It lands and then it kind of just like one of them where it's a bit too tired and it just its leg goes limp or something.
Yeah. So everyone went quiet.
Yeah.
But Elon, yes.
Why
he celebrated?
Crashing.
But don't you not see what he said? Why he celebrated? They actually got it to land.
Yeah, got it to land. Yeah, exactly.
Right? So now the next step is just make it land and not
secure it in place, etc.
Not blow up the platform.
Yeah. So he's getting there. It's absolutely amazing. So just imagine that type of brain though, and his whole.
But now there's somebody else who's saying I'm going to do it 10 times cheaper than that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. That person who's saying that will be working for Tesla very soon.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to remember Elon started 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And the rate of change of technology is so rapid now.
Yeah.
I read a statistic yesterday which is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
At the end of this year, just in this year, we're going to have more knowledge than we have for the past 2015 years. Just in this one year. That's how rapid changes.
Well, it depends what you consider as knowledge. I'll get back to that, but
let's not get into a deep philosophical talk. No, let's not get back
I think
to
we need to.
No.
Having said that, I think we need to. But anyway, Elon Musk. When Steve Jobs died and whatever, they consider him to be the most prominent scientific figure or figure in technology. I think Elon Musk is way out ahead, and the only problem is he's not as good as marketing himself as Steve Jobs was. So they consider Steve Jobs to be an absolute genius. He changed the world as we know it, etc. But they don't know how much Elon Musk did.
Yeah.
So he's trying to create that electric car, and he's actually done it. But they're obviously improving it now, and he created the first battery, which for solar energy. Now with solar energy, they obviously had the panels, etc. But the problem they had was storing the energy so you can use it at night time or when the sun's not out, etc. And he actually figured out like a nice small battery and something that could stick on your wall, and it doesn't look too much out of place, and it's quite safe as well, because the previous ones were huge and they were very unsafe, and he figured that out and done and dusted. He's done it, and he's moved on to the next thing, and he's trying to they made the electric car. Now at the moment it can only travel about 40 miles or something like that, but obviously they just need to improve on the batteries, etc. So the amount of things this guy has done is absolutely amazing. So I'm excited to see what he gets onto next, what his next little project will be. But yeah, getting back to knowledge, should we get all philosophical?
Nah, man. Did you see the article on the BBC's football website?
What's that? Obviously not.
The beautiful gamers. It was about the growth of football gaming on computers and game consoles.
Right, okay.
Over the last 4 decades.
4 decades?
4 decades, man.
Good, okay.
Right. But that got me thinking of them old classic games.
Did computers even exist 4 decades ago?
Yeah, of course they did.
And they had football games on computers 4 decades ago. Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, read the web. You should read the link. No, not the link. You should read the article that the link points to.
Fair enough.
And the video that's in that webpage. You should listen to that and watch it.
Okay.
You'll be educated.
About football?
About football, computer games in particular.
Okay.
But there was this game called Sensible Soccer.
Sensible Soccer?
Yeah, Sensi Soccer.
Huh?
Sensi, as we call it. That was the nickname for it.
Right.
We're not talking about Sensi Media, right? We're talking about Sensi Soccer.
Okay.
It was on the Commodore, was it 64 or the Commodore Amiga that I played it on first? But that was my first exposure to football games on video games. Yeah. And that was awesome, man. That game was brilliant. And then there was Championship Manager. Do you remember Championship Manager?
Yeah, the most boring game
ever created. Man, that took over my life at one period. It was so addictive.
Right.
You got to be the manager. You gave out all the instructions. You did all the transfers. You set the formation, and you had a team which was just so ridiculously good. You won every single game. And if you didn't win one game, then you on purpose crashed your computer so you can start again, right? And make sure you win. There's a funny story that one of my mates told me that his friend got to the FA Cup final in Football Manager. Championship Manager came on. It became Football Manager. Football Manager. So this must have been about, I don't know, probably 8 years ago or something, 7 years ago. So what his friend does is he brings his laptop into uni, and he comes in a suit and tie.
In the briefcase.
Comes in a suit and tie, right. And he starts pretending to be the manager on Football Manager, and then he lost.
Oh no! Okay.
And he'd never resetted.
Oh. Okay.
He never crashed the game on purpose, so you can go back. But this time he crashed it.
Oh, okay.
So you can start again. Right. You're kind of gonna have to make yourself look like a plonker.
Anyway.
All right. So you've got 2 minutes for philosophy. Go on.
Right. So knowledge. Now, when you say knowledge, I will have the most knowledge this year compared to 2,000 years of history. Now,
I don't actually know what that means. But anyway,
now, when they say knowledge, they're talking about like scientific advancement, Now that's just based upon what we have previously anyway. So it's in one field, it's in mechanics as an example, or it's in science. But is that considered knowledge itself? So what is the nature of knowledge? That's the fundamental question we should be asking. What is knowledge? Is science knowledge, or if it's ever changing, something which changes all the time, progresses, can that be considered knowledge? Or is knowledge something which, once you figured it out, that is knowledge? Because it's figured out and it stays solid and it stays the same. And that thing which cannot change is knowledge. So now the philosophers...
So you mean knowledge would be when you've found out the reality of something?
Yeah, and it never changes. That is knowledge.
Because that's his reality.
Yeah, that is the reality of whatever it might be. So that thing is considered knowledge. But if something's completely changing all the time, progressing,
then you're just learning.
That is just information. New information is coming to light, but it's not yet knowledge because you've not got to the peak and the pinnacle of that field.
So actually, that start will make sense if you replace knowledge with information.
What will? All right, yeah. So this year, the amount of information we will have will supersede 2,000 years worth of information. I accept that.
Yeah.
The knowledge, no, because we need to define it in a proper philosophical way. And
why in a philosophical way?
Just because that's how things work. That's how Well, we need to ask the philosophers knowledge. What is knowledge? And to define terms.
Yeah, but philosophers just talk.
No, it's all about defining terms. So we need to define knowledge from information. So if you define it in the way I just said, where knowledge, once it's established, it stays the same and it's impossible for it to change. And information is always changing. So now there's a dichotomization between knowledge and information.
I think that's definitely a more precise way of looking at knowledge.
Yes.
Right, but the problem is, majority of people just see knowledge and information as being one and the same thing.
But then why do they use two different words?
Yes. It comes down to the watering down of knowledge. We out.
We shall see you next time.